Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're doing another classic capture. Today we're playing the Dreamcast game Typing of the Dead.
Known in Japanese as the typing of the deadu?
Jeez. Wow. Send all your hate mail to Marco at basically nothing. Oh no, bn-games.com.
At bn-games.com.
So I'd like to mention that Typing of the Dead is actually a repurposed version of House of the Dead 2. If you played House of the Dead 2, you would know that that's an arcade shooter, and it's an on-rail shooter where you shoot at zombies and prevent them from hitting you, and you go through scripted levels, and you know it has multiple branching paths.
You basically write a hate letter, and it hurts them because words hurt.
Well, that's in this one.
Yes.
In this game, it's practically the same thing, except instead of using a controller to fire with a cursor, you're actually typing words on a keyboard.
Instead of using guns, the agents are using keyboards connected to Dreamcasts with a giant battery. I mean, in retrospect, I think they could have done a little bit better.
Also, no, I remember the year.
I clearly hate Japan because, you know, my giant Japanese collection. You know, I'm just saying.
The thing is, it's a Duracell battery because lithium-ion was really expensive, so it's government funded.
Well, that does make sense. Is it like a car battery where every time you type it, like, recharges it?
Well, you have an alternator on the bottom.
Okay, cool.
You see, this get your first view of it, the big fucking battery on the Dreamcast. This is fucking awesome. I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, so like I said, this is a repurposed House of the Dead 2. Basically, the point is to type the letters exactly as you see them, or as best as possible, as accurate as possible. This makes the game much harder, especially if you're not using a keyboard.
It made it particularly hard for us because we weren't exactly on the best surface.
No, you want to put this on a solid surface because otherwise you're going to be
not a chair.
Not like we were doing.
Not like we did.
I should let you know that for those of you who don't know, the Dreamcast was an online-enabled console. You actually had a web browser through AT&T when AT&T doesn't completely blow, you could use a keyboard and mouse. Now this game just took advantage of that, and you could put two keyboards if you had them. If you were lucky enough to have them back in the day, and play the game, you know, as you see it here, and it really is going to push you to try to type as best as possible, as fast as possible, and as accurately as possible. I don't know what else to say. It's just House of the Dead, and
some of the shit that you're going to type here, you will never, ever type, or even think of typing.
Yeah, and you're competing, you know, left and right. I'm on the left side, Marco's on the right side. Accuracy is key, and speed is key. The faster you type it, the better the score is going to be. You know, rank A through F.
I think you just got a hammer to the face.
Hey, hammer time. Yeah, I went there. Now, some of these little areas, like here, see this little mission, this is actually repurposed because in House of the Dead 2, it's just a bunch of zombies, but right here, it's a little mini mission they make where you have to scramble to type all these words to beat this little mini mission in between the mission. And it's, you know, you get a little thing, you get an extra life, or you get extra points, and it's just there to push you. Right now, we're playing through the first level, which is quite honest, very easy. This gets to be very, very, very difficult. I should mention we're actually using a Game Shark on the Dreamcast, so we can keep our lives, so we can go through, because even as someone, like, even for us who are on computer all the time and type, you know,
there's just some retarded shit.
Yeah, and then, like I said, like Marco said, the surface doesn't help that.
Yeah,
we're doing this on a chair with a foam padding, you know, it's like, I don't know.
And the worst, I can't really say it's a complaint, but the fact that they're kind of old style keyboards doesn't exactly help.
Yeah.
They're not ergonomically the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I should mention this game. I picked this game up actually brand new for $3 on Amazon.
That's because you're fake. I just wanted to let you know that.
Amazon has these games, has this actually for $3 to $5 brand new. It was kind of weird because I'm opening up a Dreamcast game that was factory sealed, that no one else has touched, and that was kind of.
You got the 2 keyboards for a really good deal too.
Yeah, I got one of them for like $8, and I got the other one for $10. If you go on eBay, you can sometimes find this game packaged with one keyboard for something like $20. It's definitely niche. I wouldn't recommend buying this unless you can appreciate what it's trying to do.
Affinity or interest in it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fairly good typer and you want to put yourself up to the challenge, this is definitely the game to do it.
Although if you're a Dreamcast collector, I think this is definitely one of the ones you need to have.
It is extremely rare. I might have got the game for cheap, but especially back in the day when it came out, I couldn't find it anywhere. And when you found it, the game was like $120. And the keyboards were super ass expensive because they have the custom end, so it fits in the Dreamcast. It was just, back in the day, getting your hands on it was quite an endeavor. House of the Dead 2 is fairly easy to pick up, on its own without, this version. You can get that for like $12, and that one holds up okay. I think this holds up better because there's definitely there's a charm to this and something about it that just works better in the end. As you can see here, in the regular game, there's no countdown. He just comes flying at you. They give you a countdown to give you a chance. In fact, if you ace these levels, you get some power-ups later for the story mode on the single-player perspective. Give you some bonuses to accuracy and stuff like that. Nothing quite like 4 government agents with a bunch of keyboards, just like, yeah.
The voice acting is just top-notch.
Yeah. Like I said, almost everything else is pretty much unchanged from House of the Dead 2, so don't expect anything really
drastically different.
Yeah, if you played 2 and if you're playing 2 and looking for a story, I have to question your sanity anyway, just on the voice acting alone. Now, as you see here, it just kind of tallies up your average and your points, and we pretty much hit the average spot there. We wouldn't have died, but I'm gonna be honest with you. By the end, they add some modifiers that make things even more difficult. Like one of the bosses, it'll ask you a question, and you have to answer the right question and type it correctly at the same time. And that's a bit much when you're trying not to die. That adds a whole nother level of difficulty that you don't get in the office when you're typing up your emails and other crap like that. And yeah, I don't know. As you notice, as we progress, the words get there's more special characters like U-turn. That doesn't sound difficult, but when you're not used to hitting that dash for whatever reason, it's not near your home keys and that sort of thing. That's what makes this a bit more difficult. I should also note you don't have to hold shift. You don't have to capitalize the first letter. Although I think you get a bonus.
You might, but knowing that you don't have to do it kind of helps you a little bit because you don't have to worry about capitalizing
or space or the space.
You do have to do the periods. No
periods. Yeah, you do have to do periods, which is kind of weird, but whatever. And you sit there, and when you get a really long string right quickly, it's very, very satisfying. I used to hate this boss in the original one without the damn keyboard. This boss is like ridiculously hard. We're playing on normal difficulty here. I'm not trying to do anything extravagant. The only other typing game I could recommend that's game themed that some of you might be old enough to remember was Mario Teaches Typing. And when you're going through the castle, you're actually doing Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. You're actually typing that out as you're going along. That's the only thing that comes close to how difficult this can be on any level. He's not using knives right there. Notice they're like lollipops. So there's some differences here and there, because in the original knives would stab you. And we're starting to progressively get worse as it gets harder. These get to be... I think at the end, when my hands were tired, I think I was just punching the keyboard to try to hit them. Those singular ones.
Quality voice quality.
Yeah, that zombie right there, he's a Metallica fan?
No, they're all Iron Maiden fans. Look at them.
Well, this one is, obviously. If you get hit, it's a failed mission. Hey, we're shooting Hegwig now?
Hey, spoiler.
Hey, well, yeah, I guess. You didn't hear anything. Not from me. If you're watching this, you don't care. Yeah, the only other game that you can... I know there's, I guess this should be a modern mention. There's a Pokemon thing, Pikachu texting type game that's coming out for the 3DS that is spiritually similar to some degree as a typing to score.
Actually, more like this is that game Rock of the Dead.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
that too.
the one that you're probably thinking of.
I was wondering, is the human guy eating the zombie? We asked ourselves that. I was like, what the hell is he doing?
It's one of those things. Playing a Sega conference and like asking, they're like, hey, remember that one scene in that game you made like 20 years ago? Why did you do this? I'm sure they will remember.
Man, you guys are big fans, aren't you? Yeah, man, I'm playing fucking Typing of the Dead like every day, just getting better at typing. Hey, if you can beat this, you should be able to put this on your resume. If you can beat this without cheats and with a high score, let's say 80% or more, it should be admissible as a
your words per second at the end?
Something like that, yeah. You should just say, and take a screen cap of it and go, hey, I'm pretty good at this game, so I guess you want to hire me as a receptionist?
It's like, hey, I can kick your ass at Typing of the Dead. That's why I deserve this job more than you.
Hey, well, hey, it's a viable... I would hire you for this of that. Now, here's a question. Why are those keyboards still working? They jumped in the water, and they still work like... you know why? Because Sega's hardware is invincible. It's lasted the test of time, and that's... I don't even know why I'm asking. It's just how it works. Something else I think I should note that we haven't really touched on here. When you play with somebody, there is a little bit of teamwork you might want to do, such as if there's words on the left and the right, you probably want to tell your partner to stick to... you probably want to tell your partner to stick to their side of the screen, because
yeah, that helps.
You'll both be doing one because you think it's either easier or it came up... Probably easier. I think easier is probably the thing that happens. And... that'll get you killed faster. If you can have one person just to stay dedicated to the right side, try to discipline yourself to do that. You're... Yes. I had to stop there. If you can do that, that will save you and make you last longer, together.
Love lessons from Bob.
Yes.
This is too much. Well, it's about
It's too much.
It seems like what? Harry, talk later.
God, I hate that. I hate this boss. I hated him in the regular game, and he was a bitch here because when he flies in the air, you don't get just this one word thing. They want you to write this whole goddamn sentence.
They give you a super short time.
Yeah, and the other thing is you can't type.
You can only hit them when it's open.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier. There's like these modifiers that just make it not impossible.
Much more difficult.
And for someone who I look at the keyboard when I'm typing, although I'm not looking at it, it's just habit. I can't not look at the keyboard and type and not make mistakes, even though I'm not actually looking at every letter I'm typing. I'm just used to looking at the keyboard.
It's an overview to get yourself back to the areas you're used to.
Yeah, and I have to do that. So these really get to be a pain in the ass because
you have to look up.
You have to look up and did he stop?
Down, okay, there's those letters. Look up, look down.
We got him. Finally. Just, if you can get one word, if you get it during that space, you can just wait there a second, like, yeah, okay, the whole thing. And then they put a parenthesis or something, or not parenthesis, I don't know, comma or whatever.
What are those things called? Numbers?
Yeah. I was like, God, the numbers are worse. There was that one that I kept thinking it was a 0, or I think it was an O. It was a 0. I was like, you don't actually get hurt. That's the surprising thing. You would think that they would punish you for getting a letter wrong to make you lose a life, but thankfully they don't, because man, this game...
That would make the game fucking
impossible at that point.
You mess with the letter, do the sentence all over again. Great.
See, this one wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that's a giant moon. Holy fuck, I'm scared.
You did barely notice that?
I was kind of sort of trying, not to die and look at the letters.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So much for that. We would have been dead by now if we didn't have the cheats on at this point. But keep in mind, I don't play this every day.
There are some people that are really good at this.
Yeah, we popped it in, and then, you know, we've done this without cheats. We've gotten too close to here without the cheats, but, you know.
We actually got a little bit farther than this without the cheats.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you probably have to play this a little bit every day. Kind of like a fighting game. That's almost what it comes down to. If you want to get really good at this, to get through it without needing to, you know, try to get extra lives and everything else. Oh, I just barely forgot about that. Oh, like I was yelling at the screen. That's an excellent splash effect right there. It's really next gen. Yeah, just type in keyboard. And we're gonna go into our third and final level for this quick look right here. Things just get even crazier. It just gets harder and harder. So about 6,000 points is where it maxes out here. We're averaging almost 3,000 here, so that's not bad considering, you know, we didn't, you know, we haven't played this in a while. Now, hey, I only got the second keyboard recently, so someone could play with me. So, because I play it once in a while, being I'm a big Dreamcast collector.
We have to stop him.
That's what they all say.
James,
Hey.
back me up. Okay.
Where do we get this boat from? I'm just.
That's a good question.
All right, Gary?
Did they steal the boat?
I like he's still got the keyboard. He's driving with ASCII keys. ASW, ASW. I like how this boat doesn't tip when someone, like a zombie, like weighs probably like 200 pounds, just lands on the nose. It doesn't even bob. It just lands with a solid
Look, you don't know
flat.
about physics. What are you, a scientist?
Yeah, kinda.
Who do you think you are? Where did you get off?
Should also note, when you're in the middle of a sentence, you can't just stop typing and then go to another sentence. You have to finish the sentence unless someone else finishes it for you. So you're stuck there until you actually finish the sentence in question. And there's many a moment where you're like, oh god, someone else is closer, and you want to type another sentence, and you forget. Well, you're not done with that one, and you're wondering why you can't type in it. That happens a lot when you forget that there's something like, not a letter, but you stop typing because you got stuck on a special character of some type, and then you just like,
Goddamn periods. Who do you think you are?
or you don't even notice it, and you probably won't notice unless you watch like a replay like we're doing right now. I see some of the stuff that I missed. I was like, wow, I was like typing the wrong fucking sentence. I knew right there I was trying to type something else. And you see, God, it's like four words. And you think, well, that's not that too bad. It's like, actually, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like, son of a bitch. It gets harder. And in this particular level, when you get to the boss, it's actually kind of crazy. Where they start asking you questions, and actually some of the questions, the answers they want you to answer, I don't agree with. It's like, no. I want to answer this way. Hey, what makes you right? Just because you're a video game?
Where do you get off?
And you were made like in 2000? It's 2011. What do you know?
What?
Can I get an update on those answers?
Well, he says that he'll be waiting at the Coliseum
Just
on
that.
the north side of the city.
Your Dreamcast is going through your chair, woman. And yours too. You're clipping.
Hey, they have special stuff. Leave them alone. Where do you get off? Ah, hey, that's pretty disgusting. Just the feti. Wait, how do you say multiple fetus? Fetuses? Yeah, fetuses. That doesn't sound right, but yeah, that's...
I like how they just stand there with every letter is supposed to be a shot. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna run. Admittedly, you were probably doing better than me by this point. My hands were getting tired because of the position we were in.
Goddamn carpal tunnel.
Yeah, I was like, ah, jeez.
Yeah, you really should play this one.
You should tell him, hey, this isn't ergonomic.
No, the funny thing is though, unless your monitor's on your computer desk or something, it's really not gonna work out as a TV game.
Yeah, well, yeah, you gotta put it on some kind of solid surface.
It has to be high, not just coffee table. Sure, if it's up to your fucking chest.
Yeah, the keyboards weren't exactly the highest grade plastic either. They feel kind of soft, and they're both official ones. I have one that was period specific when it was released when the game was out, and I have an aftermarket where it's basically it's an official Sega one, but it was like one of their when they had the fire sale, then when they were trying to sell all of the Dreamcast stuff, it was like a late model keyboard. So I have one of each, and I personally prefer the original, but they're still both they're soft type, and I don't like that. So this is the boss where you have to answer those questions.
This guy looks pissed.
Yeah. I remember this one kind of creeped me out when I first saw it, actually. Back when I was naive about video games, and this was like, oh my god, it's so realistic. There's 3 different questions, so you now have to read it, you have to type it. Yeah, that's just bullshit. I was typing truth or dare. I'm like, hey, if you don't know what it is, rewind the video.
Man, rewind the video. I haven't heard that phrase in a long time.
That's true. What do you YouTubers say it called?
Just go back to that one spot on that timeline.
Well, yeah, well, I don't know what the time would be at this point, but type what you would like it to be in the comments.
Really? You're gonna do one of those?
Yes, I am.
You fucking hipster.
Well, let's see if people are paying attention.
Oh, okay.
Come on, let's go.
If you're watching this far, I'd hope so. You're just like, oh, it's the keyboard.
We're gonna get a bunch of like comments like, oh, nobody actually pays attention to any of your videos.
We're gonna get comments like, you suck at typing. Well, okay.
Oh yeah, of course, duh. Come on.
It's like, oh, okay, well, you know, I just got this.
If we don't get a negative comment, that would be surprising as hell.
It's just got this dragon flying at me. If I don't type Jellify, a word that I've never used before. Oh well. Well, everyone, this is the end of the quick look. Quick look. I always say that, don't I? End of the classic capture for Typing of the Dead on the Sega Dreamcast. You can pick up the game for about $20 with one keyboard, another $10 to $15 for an extra keyboard without the game. Worth it if you're a collector. If you're not a collector and you're not good at typing, probably something you could skip on. But anyone who's a collector and a fan of Sega games especially, this is a must-have for your collection. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and let us know what you think. And you can answer any of those questions we had during the video. Alright? Thanks.